Oh my God, George Lopez is on the cruise show!
Apparently, I've been around quite a while.
Bro, you've made a lot of noise in this business, man. George Lopez, welcome to the cruise show. This is very special for us, very special for me as well, George.
Yeah, man. You know what? I'm happy to be here.
So happy to have you.
Respectfully to all you guys.
Thank you.
I follow you guys on Instagram.
Yeah. You follow me on Twitter, man. I appreciate that. Absolutely, man. Lopez on TV Land. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, George Lopez is back at it again with another show. I saw the show this weekend. Not sure if they were supposed to show it. I don't know, because I was watching it thinking,
You got an exclusive.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm watching this. So it was very funny. It's very loosely based. Is there a script, or is there just kind of bullet points and you kind of go through that?
I was fortunate enough to do an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
And Larry had like a half a paper with some words on it, and it wasn't a script. It was more situations, and he would say, just get from this point to this point. That's all. Whatever you say in the middle. We actually worked from a script, but the guys from Silicon Valley, John and Dave, those dudes, created such a strong working script that anything in between, and the casting is amazing. The casting director, the best friend, Manolo, Citric.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's cool. The neighbor's crazy. I was really in a dispute with my neighbor from the trees.
That really happened, right?
Man,
yeah.
This fool next door to me, man.
So it was your tree. You knocked it out, but apparently he had an issue with it.
He had an issue with privacy, and I said, dude,
privacy.
Wow.
Because the tree was blocking his window, so he liked it.
Oh man, this dude, I told him, hey, you think I bought this house so I could ask your permission to cut my trees? I said, if I hear one more word about these trees, dude, I'm gonna fucking put Mexicans in every branch of these trees.
Mexicans just in the tree.
I said 24/7. I said I'll cut a branch every day till this whole tree comes down. I haven't seen him since. And then a year ago, he was going in his driveway, and I gave him the lean back with the hands out.
What's up,
he dropped his keys. He's like,
Startled me.
Hey, and then the cops come by,
Got
right?
nervous.
So the cops come by, they're Chicanos, So I'm like, they go, you live here? I say, yeah, what's up? They roll over, and the guy drives by with his window down, and he sees me talking to the cops, but he thinks like the cops are, detaining me.
Yeah.
Right.
And I tell the cops, I said, hey, if that dude ever shows up missing, just come and arrest me while he's driving.
He's like, wait, what? What did I just hear?
It's like George Lopez, man. That guy's nuts. So, in real life, I finally set my alarm because when I was living in my grandma's house, we just had a ADT sign, but we didn't have the alarm.
Oh, it didn't work. Yeah. It was just a sticker.
Like my grandma says, go put that in the front yard so they think we have an alarm. I said, but we don't have an alarm. But they don't know. So in where I live now, I set the alarm, but then I don't know. I forgot the code, so I open the door and the whole thing's going on.
Oh, of course,
and I finally turned it off.
That alerts the police as well, right?
20 minutes later,
Damn.
open the door. It's two cops, one Chicano guy, one white guy.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy goes, I said, hey, man, I'm sorry, man. The alarm went off, and I said it, and then the Chicano guy goes, hey, how long you lived here? I said, about 2 years. And the white cop goes, I know it's you, but can I see your ID? I'm like, oh, okay, let's do this. So I had to get my ID, and I couldn't find it.
Oh.
And then he comes in the house now. So now he's like, he looks around, and there's really nothing in there that says a Mexican lizard. Like, there's no gallos.
Is there a picture of Christ or a cross on the wall? No.
I had to open the refrigerator and show him tortillas. And he said, oh,
okay.
never mind. False alarm.
Not a calendar
False
from
alarm.
the panaderia, nothing.
Nothing. Some beans. I said, let me have beans right here.
Some menudo, something.
Kale. There's no kale in this house. Go look on the side of the garage. You'll see it.
No, George, I know the feeling. My dad has a camera set up. My parents live in Arleta. My dad has a surveillance camera set up. It doesn't work. He bought it for $1 at the San Fernando swap meet, and he set it up in the back, and it's pointing upwards.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
So it's pointing up to the sky.
Hey, so
because we have some cholos that live behind us, and he's worried that they might come in and steal what? I don't know. There's nothing back there.
Cholos, they'll just come in and just stand there for an hour.
There's one party back
Just
there.
leaning back. Cholos, don't worry, we're just right here.
Yeah.
Just hanging
And then
out.
an hour later, they'll just jump over the fence. San Fernando Swap Meet. This week on my show, it opens at the San Fernando Swap Meet.
Yeah,
I filmed at the San Fernando Swap Meet.
You actually went there.
Yep.
You took the cameras there.
Yeah. Hey, Michelle bought some. Where is she? She bought some sweats, the most comfortable sweat top over there, right? She bought some sweats at San Fernando Swap Meet. All she talks about $8.
Perfect.
All she talks about, she goes, I want to go home and watch TV, put on my sweats from the San Fernando Swap Meet and just relax.
Yeah, just watch Netflix. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're part of her life. It's almost like a relative. Where are my sweats? Your uncle's in the other room. I know, but where's my sweats at?
George, you're highly recognizable when you go to the San Fernando Swap Meet. Are you swarmed? I mean, people must be bugging you for autographs and money and everything else.
All of those things.
Yeah.
I bought some hats and some elephants figurines. Some cherries. Chorro on the way back. Oh, really? Hey, one time, hey, when you get older, everybody's, you eat yogurt.
Yeah.
People have like the biotics. You can drink biotics to get that good bacteria.
Yes.
So when I'm probably gonna say this. So I was in Pebble Beach and I had a wedge, iceberg wedge, and some chicken gumbo.
Right.
Híjole, I almost didn't make it home.
It was like a cleanse.
You had to pull over?
And I was driving clutch. I put the clutch in. I couldn't get it out. The car's like,
Just agua de caca, right?
just agua. And the next day I went over there. I tried to eat the same thing again. I said, hey, you guys still have it?
It was worth it.
Oh, it was so
I liked
nasty.
it so much.
Ew.
Lopez on TV Land. Everybody watch the show. It's amazing. I think it's very funny. It's loosely based around your life and things that really happen. For example, somebody called you and they were like, Lopez, are you in? George, are you in? You're like, what am I in? Are you in? Because it's a really good thing and we need an answer now. Wait, okay, yes, I'm in, but what am I in?
Yeah.
You were frustrated with a decision that you had to make. I would imagine you have to make those decisions a lot, right? On the spot.
And it's the first show's still on. I mean, it's been on since 2002. That was great, and we all got along and stuff like that. So the talk show was great for the 2 years it was on. We enjoyed doing it. TBS was nobody's there anymore that was there, but this one is kind of like a nice full circle to wrap everything up. Like it's really honest with what happened in the marriage and what happened in the casino and drinking.
Oh boy,
and all that stuff,
It's all of it.
It's all of it. Man.
A lot of Trump.
There's some Trump in there. There's neighbor disputes. There's working relationships. There's dating relationships.
Yeah.
And it's still very, very Chicano too. It's not. It's we never get to see our problems. We always have to look at other people's problems.
Sure.
So this show looks at our problems.
I love it. Yeah, and it's honest. It's an honest show.
It's an honest. And listen, I've been around since 2002 on TV, and I've never had any good reviews about my work, and this is the first time.
Never
wow.
really, never
Reporter,
really.
LA Times.
Not even your sitcom.
No.
Your sitcom is going to live forever.
Yeah, no good reviews. Even like in New York, the press, AP, Howard Stern, all great. Like everybody loves it.
Yeah. I don't understand why. Why do you think that is?
You know what? I don't know, man.
They're not used to us.
There's a lot of jealousy.
Are they not used to us?
There's a lot of jealousy. There's just a lot of like bias. They can live without us. So why why talk about us? If you can live without somebody, why talk? If all the Latinos left this business today, they'd go to work tomorrow like nothing happened. So
yeah, exactly.
You have to stay in there as long as you can stay in there.
Hey George, you're a notorious golfer. You golf, right?
I am.
You've been around. You've actually hung out and golfed with Donald Trump, right? I mean,
did.
There was a friendship there.
Chirion. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say a friendship. But,
Okay.
we knew each other.
You guys were cool, right?
Listen, that fool. I hammer that dude almost every day.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
No, he
never
doesn't.
acknowledges
care.
it.
He doesn't care. I'm trying to get blocked. I'm like, what do you have to do to get blocked? What do you got to do to get blocked?
Troll him today, right? And he won't do it. He won't do it.
So all that thing is good. And then TV Land is it's turning the corner now. TV Land doesn't look like what TV Land looks like.
Well, TV Land used to host a bunch of older shows like Brady Bunch, right? And I Love Lucy and those other shows as well. But they have to compete. And having a show like yours is definitely competition.
Well, they did great. Like, Ambassador, and then Gaffigan was there, and then they did Younger and Teachers, and they really, it's the first time that, the guy Keith Cox, the head over there, he said, I want to see you off stage. Like, I already seen your show. I already seen your stand-up.
Sure.
I want to see you when no one sees. And that's what we did.
Behind the scenes, George.
And this week is good. All the other 10 are great.
Oh, awesome,
Or there's 11 more. And then, I looks like it probably get picked up, I guess.
Yeah, when do you find out if you get picked up for another season?
TV Land, probably right now after this interview.
We're going to text him right
Any
now.
minute.
Hey, by the way.
We got bad news.
What's up, Tom?
Hey, George, I want to ask you about the the current state of comedy. You know, recently, like nowadays, you always hear about a comedian apologizing. You know, recently you had your little drama with San Antonio, and you kind of apologized for that. But can comedy stand the way it is with comedians always apologizing? Is it in jeopardy?
Yes. You know, just people in general, like, you know, we're trying to create a society where everybody likes what you hear.
Yeah.
You can't live in a world where everything you want to hear is good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So people apologize. You know, Dice Clay years ago on Arsenio apologized, started crying on Arsenio, and that was, I think, you know, respectfully to him, I think his career has never been the same since then.
No way.
I don't like to apologize.
Some say that was the death of his career. Sure.
I apologized with on the talk show once, and then this one, San Antonio, which was taken out of context completely. Right. But you know, you move on. But I don't like to apologize. If I say something, I say it. You know, and if I'm wrong, I stand by that too. So. It will destroy comedy, and political correctness and race is at an all-time worst right now, and you know, people will apologize, but you know, if you get more respect for saying what you mean and standing by what you say.
Sure. Hey, George, you know, you grew up pretty rough. I mean, we all know that, right? By the way, it's in this book. This is one of the only books that I've ever read in my entire life.
Oh, yeah.
So cool. Why crying?
That is it, huh? Is that why you're crying? Yeah.
Bro, why are you crying? I read this in The Giving Tree, okay? I promise you, George. I promise you. Those are the only two books that I read.
That is hilarious.
But yeah, you grew up kind of rough, and it was a rough upbringing. But aren't you appreciative of that?
Every day.
Yeah, right.
And you know, I miss my grandmother. You know, my grandmother died in 2009.
Yeah, she rest in peace.
I used to joke about how she would never
die.
And then she died a week later. Oh yeah, that's what you want?
Did you feel bad when she died?
No, because she was getting very expensive. Like when my grandfather died in '88, I said, "Grandma, don't worry about it. You know, I'm gonna pay your bills. I'm gonna take care of you and all that." Because I read an article that Latinas, that they when their husband dies, like 10 days later,
They're
they
next,
die.
yeah.
I don't want to live.
They die of a broken
heart. She said, "I don't want to live," and I didn't think she was gonna live that many years. Chingao, raspberries and the blueberries. I was like, "Grandma, those are blueberries that I bought. Here's the receipts."
So you're saying your grandmother just outwore her welcome then? I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
And then she had Alzheimer's. She had dementia and then Alzheimer's, which runs in my family. That's why I try to talk as much as I can now, because at some point I'm not going to remember. So when I went to my grandmother to the doctor, they told her that she had Alzheimer's. She didn't change expressions. You know, I said, "Grandma, did you hear what the doctor said?" And she goes, "Are you the nurse?" That's what she told me. Are you the nurse?
She asked you,
I said,
like you're not qualified to talk to her about it?
She like, mind your own business.
Yeah.
I said, "Grandma, did you hear? Are you a nurse?" I said, "I heard him." And then, you know, my grandma said, and I said, "Well, what are some of the symptoms?" And he says, "Well, she's going to become forgetful, and you're not going to remember things." And my grandma told the doctor, she said, "I can't wait to start to forget people." And I was like, "Damn,
She's ready.
Hey,
ready."
I kind of agree with his
She's
grandma.
checked in,
awesome.
Yeah. I can't wait to forget about a few people, man.
Hey, so if you're out there and you have your grandparents and older people, I think you should like write things down and just enjoy them, because when they go, like nobody in my life is like my grandmother. You know, they're all, you know, proper and everything, and nobody cusses. And my grandma was crazy.
No filter on your grandma.
Crazy. I love her.
Right.
Miss her.
Is it because of your grandma you have so much pride as well?
I think so.
Where does the pride come from?
I don't know. I just think it comes from seeing disrespect your whole life. Like you just see people get disrespected, so you have to stand up for.
Yeah. Is there anything that you had to do where your pride wouldn't let you do? Where your pride had to step in? Like, did they want you in a taco suit at one point?
Yeah.
Right.
They wanted me to, you know, in SAG. Yeah, of course. They wanted me
us in a taco suit.
Play an illegal alien in a Fred Dryer. What did he do? That show. What show did he have? He was on NBC. Fred Dryer played football. And he was he became an actor.
Okay.
And there was an episode where an illegal alien is driving a car and he gets pulled over and there's dead bodies in the trunk.
Wow.
And they were going to give me the part, which would have put me in SAG.
Wow.
And they were all yelling at me to do it, and I didn't do it. And I just paid the money to join the union.
Wow. Going into SAG, that's a big thing. Yeah, right. Like, that's a major. That keeps the checks coming. Is that what that is?
You know, I had a guy pull a gun on me in Indianapolis, and he wanted me to get on my knees, and I said no.
Wow.
Really?
And he goes, "Get on your knees," and I said no. I'm not.
Wait, for a roller or
no, outside of a comedy club.
Like a cop did that to you, or just some guy?
A guy, like, tried to rob me.
And he said, "Get on your knees," and you said no.
I said no.
And then you're still here.
He's still pulling the gun. He said, "Get on your knees," and I said, No, I'm not gonna get on my knees.
See, as a criminal, I would have been like, "Oh, dude, this dude just outsmarted me."
Yeah.
I would have been like, "All right, fuck it, then
Okay,
never mind.
bye.
I'll see you later, bro."
I never
Have a good
would.
day.
I think in the show, if the show continues, I think we're gonna do a season of the talk show and all the stuff like that, and then the third season, I think, will be I will run for mayor.
Okay, so you're going to go through the different stages in your life,
Yeah.
right? And I know that you've said this before that you wanted to run for mayor of Los Angeles.
I think I'll win. I think I'll win.
You think you'll do it?
I
Yeah,
think you will.
dude,
Yeah.
got my vote, bro. What's up,
Hell
Crystal?
yeah.
And fools now, they don't even need political experience. Look at Donald Trump, look at Schwarzenegger.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, Eric Garcetti missing in action. I saw that throwing a milk carton. You don't even see that.
Where is he? I know,
Come and
right?
go.
The mayor. I remember Tom Bradley. Tom Bradley was a
Old
great
school.
mayor.
Yeah.
Sam Yorty, and you knew the mayors, and they were visible. It's the mayor. This guy's the mayor of one of the biggest cities in the country,
Yeah.
and you don't even see
You don't
him.
see
I
him.
think if you're a mayor, you got to be at ribbon cuttings. You have to be at groundbreakings. You have to be there. You have to show
Villaraigosa
your face.
was he had his things, but he was one of us, and he was visible.
Well, nowadays people want mayors to drop mixtapes. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
really.
Yeah.
What's up, Crystal?
Would you ask Villaraigosa for tips or pointers or?
Yeah,
how to get
he
in?
was in the first show. Did you see the first show?
Yeah.
I mistook him for being a valet.
There he is. Yeah.
So he called me pendejo twice.
I love that. What's up,
That's a
Todd?
great cosign right there.
George, I want to know right now who is in your Mount Rushmore of comedy.
Richard Pryor.
Mm-hmm.
We just took Bill Cosby off.
You took me like,
Oh, yo.
We gave him some coffee
Yeah.
and he fell
Hey,
off it.
you met Bill Cosby, right?
Yeah.
Do you believe it?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
it's kind of hurt as a
You
fellow
never
comedian,
know.
right?
It's pretty bad because he's like one of the guys that were most revered comedians of
Yeah.
all time. But this is awful. Who else? Cheech and Chong? Yeah. George
Yeah,
Carlin.
hell yeah.
George Carlin,
Eddie
hell yeah.
Murphy.
Carlin? Yeah. Thank God you said George Carlin, or else he was gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah.
George
He's my
Carlin's
favorite
badass.
comedian of all
Yeah,
time.
he's great. I saw
Yeah.
him too. I saw him live too.
Yeah.
Gary Shandling was amazing too.
Gary
Rest in
Shandling.
peace.
Oh, rest in peace. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I know in this book, and not to plug this book, I mean it's been out already, but I know when Richard Pryor's wife gave you his shoes that he had on the night he performed in Long Beach, that made me cry in the book, man. That story is legendary.
My grandmother didn't want to be cremated, and I cremated her, even though she didn't want to be cremated.
You went against her wishes.
I couldn't put her in the ground, and I got some of her around the house. So Richard Pryor's widow, Jennifer, gave me a bracelet one Christmas, and it had a little bit of Richard Pryor's remains in the bracelet.
Oh, wow.
So my grandmother, when I would watch Richard Pryor, my grandmother would always say, "Quita ese negro cochino," like all the time, like take him off that. Why are you always watching that? I watched it 1,000 times, and she would always say, "Quita ese negro cochino," cussing, using that bad word. So I have my grandma's ashes at the house, and I put Richard Pryor on top of my grandmother.
That's like a personal win to you, right?
Yeah.
Like there,
And I
there
can
it
see
is.
her in the box. Quita ese negro cochino. His weenie right on my back.
What's up, Jeff?
I see George at a lot of Laker games.
Yes, you do.
I know he's passionate. You're going to be there for the last one, and what do you think about Kobe hanging him up? I know he's very near and dear to your
Are
heart.
you
tell you
wearing the
something.
Laker pants?
Yes, my Laker pants.
Yeah.
Yes.
My man.
And I have a special tribute to him that I won't say, but it'll be a surprise.
Oh, is that right?
During the game, yes.
Oh, that's so cool.
And this is the only, listen, I had my issues with women and things like that. This 20-year relationship that I've had with Kobe as a fan of the Lakers and loving the Lakers is the only relationship ever in my life where I'm more in love at the end than in the beginning.
That is so true, though, man.
Wow.
That is extremely true.
To see him go is going to be, I don't know, it's going to be like,
Devastating.
It's gonna be weird, man. You think
Devastating.
you're gonna cry? I think I'm gonna cry.
I think I'm going to cry, yeah.
Yeah, man. 'cause
You're
he's
going to
just-
be there at the game.
I'm gonna be at the game, yeah, and I'm gonna be crying because I'll be drinking, so I'm gonna be drinking and
I'm
crying.
going to be
Into
drinking and
feelings.
crying.
Yeah, right. For real. I mean, that's how we do. And he's like
Why,
leaving.
Kobe?
I don't want to drink too much because I want to remember everything, but I don't want to be sober.
It's too hard.
Forget being sober, man.
That's going to be a big, I mean, they say counterfeit, all that stuff at Jeff, that everything,
Yeah.
Oh,
everybody's
yeah.
going to want to be in that thing.
Give us your best Kobe moment, George Lopez.
In Game 7 against the Celtics, when the time was running out,
Yes.
he was running down the court, and I was standing right where he was running, and he grabbed the ball and he turned around. And when they won the championship, so I was standing right where he was running to as the clock was ticking
Once
off.
he made it, didn't he shake your hand?
That was at the All-Star game.
The All-Star game, that's
Damn.
right.
But then when he was getting the MVP award, he said he was looking around and he saw these two hands going up and down like this, and he's like, "Who's that?" It was me.
Two brown hands over there.
Hey, all right, George, fill in the blank here. If Trump becomes president, I will fill in the blank.
Die.
No.
I will stop taking my anti-rejection medicine.
Oh, no, man, don't do that.
We would need you even more then.
I'm going to start digging a tunnel. I'm going to start from Handsome Dam and end up right there in Durango.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no way he can become the president of the United States,
I don't think
right?
so.
Yeah, there's just no way.
So.
You've like, and we've mentioned this before. You've hung out with the guy, right? Isn't he a dick too? Like,
yes, and he cheats at golf. Listen, you cheat at golf, you cheat at life.
That's sad.
You cheat in golf, you cheat at life. I like that. And he's kind of dirty, no?
And yeah.
Did his hair fly away?
He smells. I heard he smells funny.
He's got a big culo, like a lady,
Ew.
like a old black lady culo, like high, high butt.
Like a high butt?
An answer.
And what did he? Oh, you know what? So when I told Howard Stern this, when we did DNA results on my show, on my talk show, like we did Snoop.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Mine,
Yeah, aren't you part black?
4%. So
Did you tell your grandmother
4% of my lifetime. She was already gone. Thank God.
Thank God.
That would have killed her.
She was already gone. But Donald Trump is 30% black.
What the
30.
hell?
That's why he didn't want to come back and read the
Wow.
results. He didn't want anybody to know he's black. I really shouldn't say anything, but it's okay. Hey now. Hey girl.
Hey, girl, hey.
Amazing. I mean, that's got to feel
Every
so
show.
good. Every
We
show.
do it every show.
You're on tour right
That's
now
so
with the
cool.
guys,
With
right?
the guys, yeah. We do it. I do that every show, and people wherever we're in Minneapolis, wherever we are, no one ever is nothing but just excited to do that.
Yeah, man, that tour could be a TV show. Can you imagine all what happens behind the scenes? What happens behind stage and all of that backstage? It'd be great to watch.
Yeah, that would. We'll keep that in mind of a show. But
Are they smoking back there?
Cedric. Oh my God, me, Cedric,
Oh my God.
DL, Charlie Murphy,
There you
That's
go.
a party.
and Eddie Griffin.
Oh, that's such a good time, man.
Yeah.
That's such a good time. What's up, Todd?
So you're at San Manuel on the 14th,
Yes.
right? What do you expect out of that? Just Trump jokes, family jokes?
No family jokes. Just Trump jokes and
Trump?
some other material.
family.
yeah. It's good. I've been doing a lot of work, so it's all changing stuff.
Speaking of
Awesome.
family, though, your daughter just recently celebrated her 20th birthday.
Híjole,
And
yeah.
you were talking about how obviously growing up for you, you went through struggles, but are those struggles that your daughter will ever see, has ever seen?
Hell no. My daughter just hit me up she goes to college, so an apartment. She doesn't want to live on the ground, so a security
Off campus?
apartment.
Oh, mira,
and I
muy.
never say no. I never say no.
Really?
My
She's
grandma
20 now,
always
right?
said no. Yeah, my grandma always said no.
It looks like your daughter wants to follow in your footsteps too, huh, George?
I think so. Even from the other
That's
room,
awesome.
Grandma, no.
It's like, dang.
No, it was always no.
No, I follow his daughter on the gram, and she just did stand up for the first time the other day, and she was so scared. Why the face, George?
Oh man, I don't know.
Are you scared for her?
You never imagine. Like I never imagined that. You know.
Is
And
that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing. She's funny. I mean, she's funny. But I think of her in college and me at the Comedy Store in Westwood
It's different.
at 5 o'clock, waiting to go on at 8 and waiting outside. It's way different.
It's way, way different. It's way different. You came up old school, man. You got famous the hard way.
Yeah, I did. There was a guy that kicked me off stage at a place. The only time I ever got pulled off stage, and it was this guy. He's like, "I don't want any Mexicans on my stage," and I'm like, "What?" I said, "Well, what's your problem?" And then the guy died, but about 6 months before he died, I saw him at a donut shop, Pinche Viejo, sitting down.
Really?
And he looks up, he's all cataracts, and he's like, "George Lopez." I said, "Remember you kicked me off the stage?" And he goes, "I still don't want Mexicans on my stage." Chingadato.
You still mad?
No, he was all right. He was
All right, George, we got to let you run, man.
All right,
Listen,
yes,
everyone's
thank you.
telling us to wrap up
up.
here, man. So,
Yeah.
George,
We could
thank
keep you forever.
Thank you very much. Yeah, man, and you're welcome on the cruise show anytime.
Absolutely,
And
I'll be back.
I appreciate you coming
Yes,
through, man.
thank
This is
you
a
so
big
much,
deal for us,
George.
big deal for me.
Thank you.
Awesome, man. Thank you, George Lopez, TV Land, Wednesday nights
Yeah.
cruise show, Power 106.